All right, you're watching the Sports Roundup Show. This is our NFL segment with Mike Nelson and Cody Parks. We're talking about Super Wild Card Weekend, right? Which is starting
Super.
tomorrow. Today's Friday, and it's going to be a historical NFL playoff weekend because we're having 6 games instead of the usual 4.
Um, Super, Mike. That's the first time you ever heard Mike. It's going to be games. I do want to say, Mike, if you can give the intro for this video too about our three
Oh
things.
yeah, that's right. So make sure you subscribe. The last NFL video we got was probably our best, most liked video, and we got some new subscribers, most views. So if you like our NFL content, make sure you like and subscribe down here. And yeah, every Friday, Saturday, we're gonna be posting great sports content. We're talking about basketball and football here on this channel,
Get that
and
notification. Make sure you
and
turn
get the
it.
notification, right? So that way you can, when we go live here on YouTube, hopefully we can get some people to jump in live, right?
Definitely, definitely. And welcome to the new subscribers.
Yeah, welcome to new subscribers. And yeah, so let's get into the NFL wild card weekend. Tomorrow morning, over here in the West Coast, 10 a.m. We got the Colts and the Bills. I think it's going to be a really competitive game. I think the Colts have had a surprise season with Philip Rivers. And the Bills, of course, have had their best season in 25 years. But I think the Bills come out on top, but it should be a great game.
Mike, this is super. As we are saying, super wild card weekend. Um, before I start talking about the Bills and Colts, Mike. Games are going to be on Nickelodeon, Mike.
Oh
Nickelodeon.
yeah, it's right on Sunday. That was weird. Yeah,
Freeform, the
yeah.
the channel
Used to
that's
be ABC Family.
uh yeah
Mm,
because they're along with Disney, ESPN, ABC,
yeah.
all that. So yeah, this is really super wild card weekend. And then yeah, so get to the Bills and Colts, Mike. I was telling you, I don't know if you remember, Mike. I was telling you this in one of our early videos back in September. I was liking the Bills. I was a Josh Allen fan. I know you said that you remember Josh Allen from some college football games. Um, so yeah, so I'm a Josh Allen fan. The Colts throughout the year have had one of the best defenses. Phillip Rivers, it depends if he can not gonna turn over the ball or not. But Stephon Diggs for the Bills. So yeah, so this is gonna be a good matchup. Uh, I'm looking forward to seeing the Bills play. They're gonna have some fans, and I want to see the Bills feed off the fans. And I'm looking forward to see how the Bills play.
Yeah, they're gonna have 6,000 fans. So the first time this season they're having fans. It's unfortunate, of course, it's not the full 77,000, right? That
They get
Buffalo.
loud. Bills get loud.
Yeah, the Bills fans are really loud. They have a great fan base. And yeah, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a closer game because of that, because there's no large crowd noise. There'll be some crowd, but I mean, it would have been a lot tougher for the Colts to go on the road and play in a full stadium, right? So I think it's going to be one of the best games of the weekend. But I think the Bills are going to win. Close game.
Mike, so who do you have more faith in, Phillip Rivers or Josh Allen?
Well, I definitely have more faith in Josh Allen, right? I mean, Philip Rivers, as we know in the playoffs, has had a lot of bad games, right? The Chargers used to come in. I 1 year was it 14-2 and they lost, right, first round if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I mean, I got more confidence in Josh Allen.
And Phillip Rivers is talking about retirement. Some people are saying, you were mentioning, or maybe it was ESPN. I remember I was talking to somebody. I wasn't talking to somebody on ESPN, but I remember I was talking to somebody about ESPN, or it was you. They
Yeah,
were mentioning they might have try to look at Carson Wentz, even because of what Phillip Rivers may retire. So
I don't think he's gonna retire yet, right? I mean, he had a good season.
yeah. So I do want to say I'm not a big Phillip Rivers fan, but he did have a good season.
I don't
Coming
think he's gonna retire yet.
Yeah, coming to the season, we didn't know
Yeah,
how he was going to look. Um, but I was saying all that because if this is his last run, he might want to try to go out with it. He might try to, play his best ball that he's ever played.
yeah.
But I'm with you. Uh, I've been liking the Bills all year. I'm a Josh Allen fan. Stephon Diggs, a wide receiver. They have a pretty good defense over there. So yeah, I'm going with the Bills. I'm with you.
Yeah, going with the Bills. Now let's head to, of course, the Rams in Seattle, Saturday, 1:30. Uh, our Rams are playing a huge game up in Seattle in the playoffs. And a stat I was reading earlier today was Seattle Seahawks are 5-0 at home with Pete Carroll as the head coach. So they haven't lost at home in the playoffs. So that's going to be a big stat here that the Rams are hopefully going to break tomorrow. But it's going to be a really, really tough game for the Rams, right? Because, last time they played, it was close, but the Seattle Seahawks ended up coming out on top at the end.
Mike, I did not know that stat. 5-0.
Yeah, it's 5-0, yeah.
5-0.
At home, yeah.
Of course, it's because of them. It's because of that 12.
12th man.
The 12 man. I don't like teams within divisions of my favorite team, whether it be the Lakers. I'm not a big Clippers fan. The Rams, I'm not a big Seahawks fan. But you got to give respect when it's due. That crowd, Mike, messes up a lot of offenses when they come inside there. False starts, maybe just get inside people's heads on the sidelines. You can't hear the plays. You mess up. So that crowd, I remember didn't they break a record one time, Mike? I think like when they tested it or something. Like didn't they?
Yeah, like for like crowd noise. Yeah, I think it was the highest. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but this time it's different, Mike. Mike, this is gonna be a third time they play each other this year. It's gonna be who knows each other the best, but who can fake out each other the best because they think that they know, so they're gonna try to maybe do something different. It's gonna be the biggest mental game of the year for both teams because they're playing each other the third time. So, what are your keys, Mike? What do you think?
Well, I think definitely they got to have Cooper Kupp. Not Cooper Kupp. Jared Goff has to have a big game, right? Jared Goff.
Hopefully he plays.
Yeah, hopefully he plays. I think he's going to play. I don't think Wolford's going to start. He has to have a good game, right? And the defense, I'm not too concerned with them. They've been playing really good these last 2 weeks, the Rams defense. So they keep that up. And Jared Goff has a good game. More than a good game, a great game. Then I think the Rams can win the game on the road, right?
So it's all on Jared Goff to you. And Jared Goff will hear it, right, Mike? If
yeah, next Friday he's gonna hear it. There was like 3 interceptions or something. Yeah.
If you don't know, Mike will get on Jared Goff. Mike will get on Jared Goff. So yeah, I'm with you. It was because Mike, it's gonna come down to if he cannot turn the ball over. The last couple of weeks, he's been having a lot of turnovers. He didn't play last game, but before that, week 16 versus, and then Mike, remember that play that Jared Goff threw versus the Seahawks that we didn't know who he was throwing it to?
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah, it's right. He just threw it. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So you were talking about that, and I was really on him that game. I'm not even on Jared Goff like that. I'm like, who are you throwing it to? So it's about turnovers. Sean McVay mentioned that this week too. So if he can't turn the ball over, the defensive end, Mike, for the Rams, they finished the year number 1 in total. So they can hold, in my opinion, the Seahawks offense. So it'll come down, I'm with you, to Jared Goff. Also, keep an eye out on the running game too. They have to have a good running game because that means Jared Goff won't have to throw the football.
Yeah, you got to have a good running game, and it's just going to have to be a big team win. But for my pick, I'm going to go with the Rams because I'm a Rams fan. So I'm going to go, like last second field goal, and they pull it out 24-21.
Mike, once it gets to the playoffs, we can't pick against our team. During the regular season, we did say sometimes that they may lose, but playoffs, we got to go. Also, I do want to mention Andrew Whitworth will be back, Mike. That's a big.
Yeah, that's big. Yeah, that's right. He practiced. I think the last week, I think Thursday, Friday, he got a chance to practice, and then of course this week got a full weekend, so he should be ready to
go. Cooper Kupp, as you mentioned,
he's off the list.
And it's a chance. Michael Brockers, Mike. It's a chance.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they did report that, and then we'll have to see if Cam Akers. He didn't look 100% last Sunday, so hopefully he's doing better.
We mentioned that, remember?
We mentioned didn't practice all week. Had a tough game. Fumbled the ball at the 2-yard line, and hopefully he plays better tomorrow.
So to give my prediction, Mike, I'm with you. Of course, the Rams. Mike, we might have to go a little lower, Mike. I'm I'm gonna go 13-10. No,
Wow.
17-10.
17-10. All right.
17-10,
So
Mike.
low scoring game. All right. So I'll take that. All right. So let's go to the Buccaneers and the Washington Football Club. They're playing on Saturday night, but I mean, obviously, I think the Buccaneers are going to win this easy. This might be one of the worst games of the weekend.
Mike, your voice started off so low. You didn't give Washington no chance.
No, I'm giving them no chance. Sorry. Yeah, did you see that game on Sunday? What a terrible game that was. That Washington Eagles game. I mean, of course, the Eagles, they were tanking for that sixth pick. I know a lot of fans out there are angry about that, but I mean, if I was an Eagles fan, I would be fine with it, right? I mean, I think it's better to get the sixth pick than the ninth pick.
So, just to that real quick, I'm gonna talk about the Buccaneers Washington. Just to that point, I've never seen nothing like that before, Mike, in a long time.
Yeah.
They tanked. The coach can say that. I mean, we both know it. They tanked. I mean, like I said, I'm with you. I'm less with you maybe because I really don't care. Maybe they should have, but I really don't. But they tanked.
Let me say, if the Rams were in that situation, I mean, come on.
No, yeah.
Right.
And I do want to say, especially if like they was playing each other and it was no playoff implication. So maybe I can see, Mike, why the fans are a little bit mad, because if they would have won, it would have helped out the Giants. So that's definitely worse that they definitely didn't, but whatever. But they tanked. I just want to mention that. I saw the coach say he was trying to win, they tanked. But to the Buccaneers and Washington, yeah, Mike, I think it's going to be Alex Smith is banged up. Shout out Alex Smith for coming back from that injury.
Yeah.
I was watching some of the ESPN stories on ESPN.
Yeah,
Plus.
I saw that too.
Yeah,
the I think it was like Sports Center Stories of the Year or something. Yeah, I saw that.
And then he was like coming back from the injury, and so shout out to him. But yeah, he's banged up. The backup, I never heard it before in my life. Of course, they released Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah.
So yeah, and let's be honest, the refs might help out Tom Brady. You know how much I hate Tom Brady, Mike. So I'm gonna say that the refs might help out Tom Brady.
As usual, yeah.
As usual. Yeah, I got Mike. I got a blowout, Mike. I do want to say they have that. I can't think of his name. Young, the defensive player for the
Chase Young.
For the football, yeah.
Chase Young.
Chase Young. He's a good player, so he's gonna try to get to Tom Brady. He said earlier in the week that he wanted Tom Brady.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I heard. I saw that. Yeah.
I got a blowout, Mike.
This might be one of the worst games of the weekend.
Yeah, they put it on primetime, Mike, because of who?
Well, Tom Brady, of course.
Because of Tom Brady, but
Tom Brady and I guess the Washington football team, they draw a big crowd too, right? I mean, surprisingly, right? Despite of all the bad years.
Mike, that's funny you point that out. I said that earlier in the week. A lot of teams from the NFC East, they draw big. That's why they were on that Sunday Night Football game. And I was wondering why throughout the week, like other than Cowboys, these other teams, they really got fan bases, and they do.
Yeah, the Eagles, Giants, the Washington team, they all have a big crowd, big fan bases. They usually have one of the best attendance in the league, right? All four of those teams usually sellouts all throughout the year.
Yeah. So but yeah, blowout. Mike, I'm gonna go 27-10. I mean, that's not a blowout, really. That's 17 points, but
no, that's not a blowout. I'm gonna go 41-10. That's my prediction. Yeah, 41-10.
A 40 burger? I'm with you, Mike.
Yeah, that's what I'm going. Yeah, 41-10. It's going to be a bad game. But yeah, maybe it'll be closer. We'll see how it goes. Let's head to Sunday, Baltimore and Tennessee. That's going to be a good game. But I'm going to say the Baltimore Ravens are going to win on the road. I know Tennessee's going to have fans, if I'm not mistaken, but I think the Ravens are going to pull it out. Close game, but I think they get the win.
Mike, before I start talking about the game, if you think about this, Baltimore, if they win, coming back from what they've been through the season, they had that one COVID outbreak, where the games had to get pushed back. Players missed. Lamar Jackson had COVID, unfortunately, and people were counting them out. I remember. We're gonna come back. We'll see how they do. But Mike, that Derrick Henry for the Titans, he got 2,000 rushing yards. Ryan Tannehill has been playing better since it's been a rejuvenated Ryan Tannehill. I don't know how that rejuvenation happened, but how he was bad with the Dolphins and got rejuvenated. They have a pretty good defense. I'm gonna go different. I'm going Titans, Mike. I'm going Titans.
You're gonna go with the Titans.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Titans.
Yeah. No, I mean, I always think teams that make runs like the last year, the Titans made that surprise run to the championship game. I always think it's harder to repeat that back-to-back years. So I'm gonna go with the Ravens just because of that reason.
I like that point, Mike. I like that point. They played last year too. Remember? They played.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, the Titans surprised them right in that divisional round because Baltimore had the best record in the NFL and then blew it against the Titans.
Would you say other than well, this because I know we're getting to the AFC because Saturday's games. Oh no, the Bills and Colts.
Yeah, we're at the Sunday. So after the Ravens and Titans is the Bears and Saints.
Because I was gonna say, would you say who other than the Chiefs, who are kind of like everybody thinking, would the Ravens be like your pick to come out of the AFC?
Well, I mean, the Ravens would have to somehow get past the Chiefs, and I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Chiefs are going to be the AFC team, in my opinion.
Cool.
Yeah, that's my pick. And then the Bears and Saints, that's another game that I think is a huge mismatch. Saints got this game playing at home. The Bears, they looked terrible last week. I mean, second half, they just got destroyed by the Packers. So, I mean, Mitchell Trubisky is just not a good quarterback, period. So, I mean, yeah, the Saints got this game. That's my opinion.
You couldn't say it better, Mike. I don't think Mitchell Trubisky is a quarterback. I don't know what.
Yeah, he can't throw the ball. I mean, literally, like, I don't know, man.
And we talked about this. He got lucky that Nick Foles got hurt. No. We were texting, and then you asked me, why was he?
Yeah, starting still. Yeah.
He got because Mitchell Trubisky. Yeah, he's not that a good of a quarterback in my opinion. Hopefully none of his family members are seeing this.
You never know, man. It's somewhere out there.
Somewhere out there. Yeah. But yeah, I'm with you, Mike. This is a better bet than the Buccaneers in Washington. Saints at home.
Oh, I don't know. Really? I think the Bears have a good defense usually.
Mike, let's debate this, Mike. Because I'm going off the fact that the Saints are home. Even though no crowd, the Saints at home is hard to beat, Mike.
Yeah, I guess.
So you think the Buccaneers in Washington is?
Yeah, I think the Buccaneers, even though the Washington football team is at home, I just think the Buccaneers are clearly a lot. I mean, the Buccaneers are it's hard to believe they didn't win the division, right? I mean, they lost to the Saints twice. That's why they didn't win. But yeah, I think the Buccaneers are much better than that's a bigger mismatch, right? I mean, the Washington football team is 7-9, right? So the Bears at least were 8-8.
I will give you that because definitely so what the Buccaneers were 11-5, 2 of the losses. So you take away that would be 3. They start off kind of slow, remember?
Yeah.
I think they went 1-1 or 2-1. Yeah. But I'm gonna stick with it. I think this is a bigger mismatch. I got Mike. I might go your score. I got 41-10. For the Saints and Bears. If the Bears win, Mike,
I'm fine if the Bears win.
Oh no,
because then they would go to Lambeau. And we would go to Tampa Bay. So I'm good, man. Bears win. Let's go Bears.
I like your thinking. Remember last week, Mike, you were rooting for the Packers.
Yeah.
Mike, I like that.
Gotta think it through. All right, last game of the weekend, Cleveland and the Steelers. I'm looking forward to this game. I think it's gonna be a really good game. But I think the Steelers are gonna pull it out. That Browns defense is just very inconsistent.
Mike, and then unfortunately, they're going through so much COVID outbreak right now.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Is Jarvis Landry gonna play on Sunday or?
I think that he should as of right now.
All right.
I know there's the other wide receiver, Kadero Hodge. he may not.
All
Um,
right.
so yeah, so they have some players that are definitely going to be out. I know that um, the head coach, they have some coaches that won't be there. Um, Baker Mayfield, he's gonna have to do something spectacular. Because yeah, the Steelers, that offense, Roethlisberger, Juju Smith, the defense with Micah Fitzpatrick, Mike Tomlin in the playoffs. He's one of the best coaches.
Yeah. I like the way he uses his timeouts and the challenges. Usually he knows how to use them well, better than other coaches, you know?
Mike, and to that point, what were we texting about, Mike?
Oh, Sean McVay, those timeouts.
So, and that plays a factor definitely in the playoffs
Yeah.
because what is win or go home.
Yep.
So that definitely plays a factor. And Sean McVay, me and Mike were talking about this, that he's one of the worst at time management. Mike was like, "Why are you running the no? Why
No,
are
why are
you?
you passing the ball?
Yeah, because they
We,
should
we,
be running it."
we should have just been running the ball there at the end. I mean, just to run that clock, right? And somehow, I mean, I know Sean McVay is really aggressive when it comes to the offense. I mean, and it's cool, right? I mean, if you have a great quarterback, I mean, then that's the way to go. But I mean, John Wolford, as we know, he's probably not going to be in the NFL. I would say next year.
Well,
Just my opinion.
Mike, let's just switch back to the Browns. You just went. Mike said he's not going to be in the league. He can't even make a practice squad team. Um,
I'm
but
just saying,
yeah,
man.
but yeah. And Mike Tomlin, to our point about timeouts and whatnot, game management, he's great at that. So he's going to make sure. Yeah. So I got the Steelers winning. Mike Tomlin, big Mike Tomlin fan. Ben Roethlisberger, okay, but like I said, some other players. Um, I will say maybe a little closer than what some people may think. 27-21, Mike. I'll probably go no 28 21. 28-21.
I'm gonna say 38-31.
High scoring.
High scoring game. That's the way I'm going.
They're gonna allow fans too. I saw. They're gonna
Yeah,
allow.
they're gonna have some fans. Pittsburgh. I know they've had fans before. I think earlier in the season, so that's a good sign. But yeah, so I think it's gonna be high scoring. I think it might be a really fun game. But I just think the Cleveland Browns don't have the defense. I mean, they've been too inconsistent all year. They got to really work on that next year if they want to be a contender. Because this, their window for the it might not be that large, right? Because Baker Mayfield is going to want more money. I know they're spending a lot of money on those wide receivers, so they're going to have to win soon.
Mike, that's a great point. You see it all around the league. Once you start paying them quarterbacks, it gets harder to build a better team.
Yeah,
because they're gonna take all the money pretty much. They're gonna be the highest paid player on your team.
Yep.
But like you mentioned, Odell Beckham Jr., you know how popular he is. He's gonna want money. You mentioned Landry earlier. And then, like you said, you gotta pay people on defense to have a good defense. So
I mean, I think you're already paying Jarvis Landry $20 million, if I'm not mistaken. They signed him to a big contract.
and then on the defense, Myles Garrett, he's gonna he's gonna want a big contract soon.
Yeah.
So to that point, remember this happened with the Seahawks, Mike.
Yeah, they really got the course deflated with that Russell Wilson contract.
Remember, so this could be the same thing with the Browns. I'm with you. The window could be closing short because in the NFL, these windows are not long,
No.
like other sports.
Yeah.
You don't see too many teams make it back to the Super Bowl or even win
No.
the championship because the windows are so short.
Yep. All right, so I want to thank everybody for watching the Sports Around Short NFL segment. Make sure you subscribe down here and like our page. And yeah, just enjoy Super Wild Card Weekend. Should be a great weekend for the NFL.
Mike,
have a good week, everybody.
You gonna watch it on Nickelodeon, Mike, or what?
No, I'm gonna watch it probably on whatever the basic channel. Nickelodeon is not a sports channel. I mean, it's a come on, man. I don't know what the NFL is thinking there. Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a good weekend, everybody. Make sure you watch the NFL Super Wild Card Weekend and go Rams. Let's go.